Tavi maailmi alla vahpo, pätke mun joikkalun jouluilun. Loilo, 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 illan. Loilo, 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 illan. Tego go sahasten jo chale jodan tavi maailme potjel.
Thanks to the development of the University of the Arctic Circumpolar Studies curriculum and its Arctic Learning Environment online portal, soon students around the circumpolar world will be able to learn about the region no matter where they live.
Mon namn är Silja, mon län unjagseret. Där studerar en Lahka Romsa universitet. My name is Silja Karine Mossa. I am from a small community called Nesseby. I study law at the University of Tromsø. I decided very early I wanted to study law, so that was my main objective by coming here. And there are no possibilities in my small community to pursue such a goal, so I found it best to go to the university and study. You can safely say my heart is where my home is, and my home is not in Tromsø, it's in Unjarga, and I would consider moving back after finishing my education if there is a possibility to live there. There are not very many ways of making a living as a lawyer in Nesseby. It's a fairly small community. If I move back, I would certainly be interested in taking further education through internet resources if it's possible.
The Arctic Learning Environment Portal, or ALE, provides the common entryway for all UArctic students to access online learning resources. ALE supports the student throughout their learning by providing access to student services and resources, interactions between students and instructors, and access to online learning materials. Before students register for a course offered through ALE, they may take a self-evaluation test to check their level of readiness. The test helps students understand what is involved in studying at a distance, studying in another language, and how their chosen program fits with their goals. Once students have registered and logged on to the environment, they may configure it to suit their own needs and learning style. With this level of personalization, each student has access to their own My UArctic. Online students taking circumpolar studies will not use the web to read pages of static text. Typically, text-based materials will be provided to the student as a printed course reader. While using the web, students will interact with online learning objects, which complement the written material. This web-based material includes photos, diagrams, and maps. Multimedia elements can be used to illustrate a number of concepts and processes more easily than by text alone, such as how a pingo forms in permafrost. Short video clips can be used as a way of experiencing people and places of different northern areas.
Если молчит, он сзади. В пурге оленевод находит стойбище, следя за рывками головы своего вожака. И ясной ночью он едет по звездам.
In addition to student service resources and learning objects, Circumpolar Studies students will use the Arctic learning environment to interact with their fellow students and instructors. This supports a group learning process into which students bring their own experiences and perspectives to the issues that they have learned about in the BCS 100 curriculum material.
Let's discuss what the good life of living in a northern community means to you. What are the values that make living in the north attractive?
It's becoming harder to find jobs in the north towns as the economy becomes more high-tech. I like living in the north because of the nature and the people, but I might have to leave to get a job.
What I really like about the northern community is that that's where my family is and my friends. That's where I've grown up, and I know a lot of the people there. I recognize faces, and that really comforts me a lot. It's also easier to affect change at the local level, and although there may be fewer resources, at least you can see the faces that you're making a difference for.
While the Arctic learning environment provides a way for students to study in their own communities, the Circumpolar Mobility Program will provide a way for students to visit different northern institutions and meet each other face-to-face. This is Gabriel Ellis.
I'm originally from Regina, Saskatchewan. After high school, I went up to the Yukon for the first time. There, I found out that the Yukon College had courses on Northern Studies. I started taking them and was interested in the Arctic. I was able to go on an exchange to Finland, where I went in a small town called Rovaniemi. It's at the Arctic Circle. When I came back to university, I went to Prince George, University of Northern British Columbia. I was lucky enough to find an exchange to Yakutsk, Siberia, of all places. And from there, I learned a little bit of Russian. Privyet to all my friends in Yakutsk. I came back to the University of Northern British Columbia, and I thought, okay, what to do now? This summer I'm deciding to work in Sweden, and I've been accepted to go to university in Tromsø in Norway. School's going to start August 21st. I'm going back to Scandinavia again, so I hope to see all my friends. Goodbye.
BCS 100, the introductory course for Circumpolar Studies, will be piloted in some UArctic institutions in 2001. Distance learning using the Arctic learning environment and student exchange via the Circumpolar Mobility Program will begin during 2002.